Hey everyone, so I wanted to do a quick pedal demo of the Catalinbread RAH, which stands for Royal Albert Hall. And what Catalinbread sought to do with this pedal is kind of unique. They wanted to capture a single person's, Jimmy Page's, custom high watt amp on a famous concert on a particular night in 1970 at Royal Albert Hall. So it's kind of a unique project that I don't know too many other, at least boutique pedal companies, have done. And I think they did a pretty good job of it. If you haven't seen the concert, the whole thing's on YouTube. I definitely suggest you look it up. It's one of the reasons why I picked up a guitar. Really a great concert. Led Zeppelin's really in pure form. This pedal is kind of it's an overdrive obviously, but it's a really nice kind of tone sweetener, I think. And I'm not gonna format this demo like other demos where I kind of run through the range of the knobs, because you can't really do that with this pedal. All the knobs are very interactive, and if you do that you'll get some not so great sounds. Not that they're horrible sounds, but at least that's not what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna kind of play with the pedal a little and not necessarily just work my way through the knobs. So I'm playing my Washburn BT2 with Seymour Duncan Alnico 2 pickups. Here's my clean signal. And here's the RAH, and pay kind of I'm going to play an excerpt from what is and what should never be. And the first part I'm going to pick lightly, the second part I'm going to pick harder, and pay particular attention to that because it's a really important part of this pedal. So hopefully you can hear that it's very responsive to your pick attack. That's with everything pretty much at noon except the volume. I have a little bit of a volume boost in there. So it goes from very clean and it stays pretty clean even up at noon. So you still get that, you can still kind of get that gain, that third out of it if you pick hard. But if you pick lightly, it's still kind of a clean pedal. As you get past noon, the overdrive really starts to kick in. And then Catalinbread says the sweet spot is from 3 o'clock on, where you can get your most Zepp-like tones. So here we go with that. And I think with the gain high, I like to play with the bridge pickup on my guitar. This pedal kind of has a lot of bass to it, so I think if you're playing chords with the neck pickup, it kind of gets a little woofy. So I just switched over to the bridge pickup, and we'll play a little bit with that. So in that first part, I was still trying to get even more clean sound that I couldn't necessarily get with just my picking. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the volume down on my bridge pickup, on my neck pickup, so I can get a little bit of a cleaner sound for the first part of what is and what should never be. And then I'm going to switch over to my bridge pickup to get that overdrive. Here is maximum gain. Again, I'm going to turn my neck volume down for the first part. So I was playing around a little bit with my tone knob, my volume knob there, and you can see you can get a bunch of different tones without even playing with the pedal. Just real quick, I like having the bass maxed out depending on where I am. So if you have the bass maxed and you're playing on the bridge, you get a nice kind of creamy tone. I like keeping the treble up too. For those Page tones, Page kind of had that kind of treble presence. And the mid range is great. I like if I keep it clean, and I can crank the mid range and get some really nice tones. So yeah, I love the pedal as a kind of tone enhancer to keep it on, and mess with the EQ. I haven't mentioned this about the EQ yet, but the EQ is not an active it's not meant to emulate an active EQ circuit. It's meant to emulate a passive EQ circuit that were on those high watt amps. So large tweaks in the EQ knob only give you small changes in your EQ. So it's meant really for fine tuning. If you go, oh, this tone is a little bit too treble-y, you can turn the treble back a little bit. And all those knobs are very interactive. That's why I didn't kind of work my way through all of them, because they're very interactive with one another. Yeah, like I said, one way to play with it is to crank the tone and ride your volume knob. And you can do that. You can do that if you want. Another way, which I'll show you in 1 second, is to use an overdrive pedal with it, which sounds awesome as well. So yeah, let's show you that. So again, I feel like the real test of a amp in a box type pedal is when you overdrive it with another type of overdrive pedal. So I have the RAH set up kind of clean. It's got a little dirt, but just at the point where you want it to be to overdrive, where an amp would break up. And this is a Rangemaster clone. It's actually a Naga Viper clone, which is another Catalinbread pedal, but this one I built myself, and I have it set up like this. So when you drive it, the RAH with this overdrive, it sounds really great. It seems like it enhances all the frequencies. So here we go. So this is just an alternative way to use it, other than kind of keeping the gain maxed and using your guitar's volume knob to kind of fiddle with the gain. This is just another way to use the pedal that I really enjoy. So this is probably my favorite amp in a box pedal. It does a lot. It's got a lot of overdrive on tap, a lot of gain. It can clean up well. It's very interactive with your guitar's volume knobs. And Catalinbread really listened really well. Real quick, I just want to show you one thing that I forgot to mention is, I don't know how Catalinbread did it, but they did a really great job of balancing the EQ of the pedal. And it sounds like to me that just the right frequencies are enhanced in not the guitar, but in each individual string. So when you're playing a low E string, that bass is really thumpy, but when you play a high E string, it's not as bassy. The right frequency, the right treble frequency is enhanced. So if I play the E, it's not too bassy. It's got that nice treble presence, but when I play a low E string, it really still has that thump. It's not too trebly. And if I just go through every string, I don't know if you can tell that, but that's just so sweet to me because there's so many pedals that you kind of tune your EQ and you get a nice thump in it, and then you go to play a high E string bend and it doesn't have that nice treble frequency that you want. And this pedal doesn't suffer from that at all. So check out the Catalinbread RAH. It's a really great amp in a box pedal, not just for Zeppelin tones, for really overall tone sweetening, for anything like that. If you're looking for an amp in a box pedal, something that you can drive for a bedroom type setting at low volumes and still get those cranked high watt amp, even kind of Marshall amp sounds, this is a great pedal for that. Thanks for listening.